Hey, what's up everybody? This is Joshua Casper. I'm back at you with AudioThing, and today we're checking out the updated version of the Megaphone plugin. So if you're familiar with the old version, you can notice right off the bat that it's a different color, it's bigger, and there's an extra noise module with more visible controls than the last version. Before we jump in, I also want to point out that I am using the larger size GUI, but you can scale it from standard or small as well inside of the preferences window over here. So inside of this video, I'm going to actually play you how I've used Megaphone in a real world situation. I'm actually working on a track with a Bulgarian vocalist named Irie Bear. I'm going to go ahead and play you a small portion of the track right now so you can hear where Megaphone is actually taking full control of the vocal. And then I'm going to walk you through Megaphone and talk about what is available to you when you grab the plugin. So let's go ahead and listen.
Oh, it's a shame. Losing our home, for losing our trust in each other. It's our responsibility to make this world a better place. Hear this.
All right, so that's the vocal part. And when I originally received the acapella and I heard that, it sounded kind of preachy. It sounded like he was speaking to the masses. And I really wanted a Megaphone effect, but I didn't have one. And I was putting distortion and saturation on it. And I'm really glad that Megaphone just came out while I was mixing this project because it's perfect for this particular part. So let's go ahead and listen to the vocal without Megaphone on it and then listen with it.
Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing our trust in each other. It's our responsibility to make this world a better place. Hear this.
All right, so I do have some reverb and delay sends there, but watch what happens when I just enable Megaphone with these sort of dialed in parameters.
Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing our trust in each other. It's our responsibility to make this world a better place. Hear this.
So I think it fits absolutely wonderfully, and I'm so excited, as I said before, that I got the hands on this plugin. So let's just talk about what Megaphone has to offer. There are two different Megaphone emulations built inside of it, and you can choose between the two with Mode 1 and Mode 2. We have a drive knob and a bandwidth. The bandwidth actually opens or narrows the frequency range that is getting affected by the Megaphone effect.
Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing our trust in each other. It's our responsibility. Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing our trust in each other. It's our responsibility. Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing.
Okay, so there is a subtle difference, but a definite difference between Mode 1 and Mode 2. Whenever you're using this plugin on your track, obviously it's easy enough just to switch back and forth between the two to find which one fits your project best. After the main section here, where you're kind of setting up the basic parameters of the Megaphone, you have the feedback section. So the way a Megaphone works is when you speak into it, it amplifies your voice. And sometimes that amplified sound gets back behind the Megaphone and goes back into the microphone. So you actually get a sort of slapback effect. And that's controlled inside of the feedback section here, inside of the Megaphone plugin.
Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing our trust in each other. It's our responsibility. Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing our trust in each other. It's our...
So you can see here we're actually getting a mix between some phasing and flanging at lower milliseconds there. And it's actually really distinguishable that it's an actual delay sound around 1,000 milliseconds.
Shame on us for losing our hope, for losing our trust in each other. It's our...
So I would have to say between the main panel here and the feedback panel, this is where you're really going to define how the Megaphone sounds. And then on top of that, we now have the noise module. And this is actually built into the settings over here before, but now it's quick and easy access right here inside of its own panel. There's the trigger button, and watch what happens when I hit the trigger button. I'm actually going to pull down the source here to 50%. We have two sound sources. We've got burst, which is kind of like background noise and hissing that you might get from circuitry, and amplification of just ground noise. And then we have the button noise, which is the sound you get when you actually trigger the microphone on the Megaphone. And to trigger that, all I gotta do is hit this trigger button. All right, so that's cool enough. If envelope is enabled, it's actually going to follow the velocity envelope of any of the transient sound that are coming into the Megaphone VST. So if I turn it off, we're actually going to get that steady signal flow. And we have a level control right here. And if we want to just leave it on button, or 100% burst, we could do that as well with this mix knob. Double clicking any of these parameters will set it back to its default state. I'm gonna leave it on envelope now so we don't have that steady hiss. And then right here, we've got the input and output gain knobs. We do have a limiter built in, which we can turn off or turn on. And then we have a mix knob to mix between the original vocal and the affected vocal. So all in all, a very simple plugin to use, but very effective, especially if you're looking for this sort of Megaphone effect. You can, of course, put it on other instruments, like maybe get a distorted style guitar effect, or really gritty up some bass as well. So that's a quick look at the Megaphone update. Highly suggest checking it out. There's a link in the video description. I'm Joshua Casper here for AudioThing, and I'll see you in the next video.